Oh, hello there. What I'm going to talk about today is like a hollow position. I kind of went off on a rant and tangent the other day in a class about like a hanging position versus a chin over the bar position versus a pull-up position versus a kipping pull-up position. It all kind of stems from here. So if you don't do this very well, that other stuff isn't going to be very good either. I think often the misconception is that just because I'm holding my hands and my feet off the floor, I'm in a hollow. That's not true. I'm going to use the bench here just so you can kind of see under my body just a little bit more. But the idea is this is not a hollow. All that's done is my feet are up and my hands are up. That just means I'm holding my hands and feet off the ground. What you want to see in a hollow is the shoulder blade and the waistband, really, the tailbone, should be off the floor. It depends obviously on how high your pants are, but if I sit up in this position on the bench and I hold my knees in my chest, my tailbone is clearly off and my shoulder blades are also clearly off the bench. Can you see that, Dashi? Yeah. So from here, this is what a hollow position must feel like throughout the entirety of its variations. So my back is on the ground, but not my tailbone and not my shoulder blades. From here, I can put my hand over my head. Is my shoulder blade still off the ground? Yes. I can put one foot out. Is my tailbone still off the ground? Just barely. Two hands. Am I holding that position? And then from there, there's my hollow nut. Right? I have to be able to hold that position there. So if you feel like your butt cheeks are being squished in the ground when you're doing a hollow, it's not a hollow anymore. So the idea is, okay, get really comfortable holding whatever position makes sense. And I just like to use the rule of 60 seconds, right? Most of us are gonna be pretty cool hanging out here for 60 seconds. Some of us may need some practice to actually engage and hold this position. Obviously, I can take my hands off my knees. That makes it more difficult. Get comfortable 60 seconds here, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds. And then the same rules apply when you turn it into a hollow rock. The idea being when I do a hollow rock, again, if I started in this position here, now I'm trading places. So my tailbone is gonna rock onto the floor, and then I'm gonna rock onto my shoulder blades while my tailbone comes off the floor. So from here, it's now tailbone, shoulder blades, tailbone, shoulder blades, tailbone. And again, my spine is moving. I'm not driving my knees forward or having to bob my chin up and down to make myself rock. Literally, like if you think of a rocking horse or a rocking chair, it doesn't have the option to change positions, yet it can still rock just because of how it's shaped. That's essentially what we're going for there. So same rules would apply. I'd like to use like 5 sets of 10 as a rule. So again, tailbone off the ground, shoulders, and then from there I can start to rock. If I get comfortable with that, I can put one hand overhead, keep rocking, keep that body long, and again, make my body longer and longer and longer rather than, which is not a hollow rock anymore.
I have a question for those people that get, and even if you're doing holds, like I know for me, neck pain, like.
So if you do get a little bit of neck pain as you hold this, chances are what you need to be practicing more is your dead bug, and then you can turn that into a dead bug hollow. So when you set up in just your dead bug, you're pressing your head into the floor and you're pressing your tailbone into the floor. When you turn it into a hollow, you lift your tailbone and you lift your head and you hold that position also. So now again, my tailbone is up off the ground. And if you need to at some point in time, like, oh man, my neck, tuck your chin, but still keep your tailbone up off the ground. Give yourself about a 10-second rest. And then again, go from there. Keep in mind, my neck is still neutral in this position. I'm not reaching with my head. I am lifting my shoulder blades up, and my head is moving with my upper body rather than bobbing up and down like a chicken. So that's another way you can practice that. But again, the idea is get really good at one. Get really good at one position. Own that, then move to the next one rather than thinking this is the end all be all when it's just you laying on the ground.